Alright guys, the Champions League is back. I swear the round of 16 was just a tease of madness about to come.
Seriously, the energy is electric. This is the perfect time to dive headfirst into these absolutely fire quarterfinal matchups.
Yeah, we're gonna break down each and every pairing, discuss the upsets that are bound to happen, and of course, discuss the biggest question. Can Arteta's boys actually dethrone the kings of Europe, Real Madrid?
There are going to be some serious takes, some bold predictions, and a little bit of friendly debates.
So grab your drinks, settle in, and let's talk the Champions League. The first game on the list is PSG versus Villa, so what's your take?
I definitely give my voice to Paris. Look at their attack, it's lethal. Dembélé is on fire, scoring 22 goals already in 2025. Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Barca is also looking really dangerous.
Yeah, but Villa have their own superhero, Emi Martinez. So PSG were supposed to score 4 or more goals against Liverpool, but Alisson stopped every shot except for one. And Aston Villa have their own hero, Emi Martinez, the guy who can actually pull off a world-class performance any time of the day.
I could not disagree that Martinez is a top hero, but talking about PSG scoring more against Liverpool, in this particular matchup, I think Mendes should have more freedom to attack, unlike he was stuck marking Salah against Liverpool. Yeah, what is more, Hakimi and Mendes are getting forward at home. They're both in the top 10 for progressive passes in the Champions League.
Yeah, sure, but PSG plays a rather high line, and actually Aston Villa have shown us they know how to exploit this formation, just as Bayern Munich.
Okay, but Ruiz, Neves and Vitinha are running show in the midfield. They're winning ball back like crazy, really. They even outplayed Liverpool in that area.
Yeah, but one more trump card from Aston Villa that must be mentioned is Unai Emery. He's the cup specialist. He leagues up for these competitions. He's got 4 Europa League titles under his belt, plus a Champions League semi-final with Villarreal in 21-22, where they knocked out Bayern Munich along the way, and he already took Aston Villa to the Conference League semi-finals last year.
Yes, but I cannot mention that it's not the coach who plays on the pitch, it's the players, and the PSG squad is much more valuable. Let me check, it's around 870 million euros compared to 627 million.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Yeah, but don't forget that Villa made actually smart winner signings. They've got Marcus Rashford, they've got Asensio, and they've also brought Don Melon for the counterattacks. I'm not sure that PSG will definitely go through.
Okay, last but not least, despite all the advantages of the rivals, PSG haven't been outdone on XG in 2025 at all. They only lost to Liverpool in the game they should have won, and they did actually. So, what do you think about the score?
I think the first game will end 1-1, and at home Villa will score 1 or 2 and will knock PSG out of the competition.
I think PSG lead will be minimum and 2-1 after 2 games.
Let us know whose arguments were more solid, and we are moving on to the second game, Barca versus Dortmund.
My choice is Barca. I can't help but start with Rafinha and Yamal. Rafinha has over 50 goal contribution this season. And get this, now he's all-time top Brazilian scorer in a single Champions League season with 11 goals. Then Barca got Yamal. He consistently creating magical moments, like goal and assist against Benfica in the second leg.
Yeah, it's true, but Barca are fighting on 2 fronts right now. They've got the title race in La Liga, and they've also got a race in the Champions League. I'm not sure whether they can find the right balance to play well in both tournaments.
And what about Dortmund's killer schedule? They got Bayern Munich sandwiched right between these crucial games with Barca. But Barca has a lot of strength. Look at their comebacks recently. Look at the game with Atletico Madrid. 2-0 before 20 minutes before the end of the match. And then they somehow managed to win 2-4. I'm an Atletico Madrid fan, and even for me, that was stunning.
Barca are playing real well, but they're facing a lot of squad issues. First, they got Lewandowski, who's not just providing like he used to, like 5 years ago. Then they've got Casado, who's injured. Then they've got Cubarsí, who is out. And for example, De Jong, who is not just consistent like he used to like 2 or 3 years ago. And I think that's a really big problem.
But don't forget about Pedri. He's in the form of his life. Really, this is easily the best Pedri season ever. He's in the top 10 in Europe for key passes, and he's beast at winning back possession. So he's playing in the both hands of the pitch.
Yeah, of course. And Dortmund got a wild card, Guirassy. He scored more than 10 goals in this Champions League campaign. Like, that's unreal. But their biggest hope is actually a bit of fortune, a bit of good fortune. Just like last year, who would have thought they would knock out PSG and Atletico Madrid on the way and actually play well against Madrid in the final? And why not repeat the same story this year? So, and what do you think the score will be?
I'm waiting for Barca's goal, so 3-0.
Yeah, and actually, despite my arguments, I also think that Barca will go through, but it will be minimal, like 2-1 on aggregate.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So moving on, we have Bayern versus Inter. What's your take?
My take is Bayern. Look at their attack. My favorite topic to start. Olise is top 10 in Europe for key passes, just like Pedri, and he is rated as the best attacking player in the world by CIS. Harry Kane's already racked up 32 goals in the season in all competitions, and what is more, Musiala is now in the top favorites for the Ballon d'Or, according to goal.com.
Yeah, Musiala is actually great as well as Kane, but I think that Bayern struggles against well-organized teams. For example, think Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga, or think Barcelona in the Champions League. And I believe that Inter actually perfectly fit that mold of well-organized teams.
Okay, but let me continue about the Bayern's lineup. The midfield engine room, Kimmich and Goretzka. They're playing out of their skins right now. They're really bossing in the midfield.
And I will oppose you with Inter's rock-solid defense. They've only conceded 2 goals in the entire Champions League campaign, guys, and they're running away with Serie A title. So it just shows how well-organized they are.
But Bayern's defense is no worse. They had a lot of strength to handle Inter's counterattacks. Plus, Inter's squad is the oldest in the Champions League. Average age of 30. So, youth versus experience.
Yeah, but Simone Inzaghi is far more experienced than Vincent Kompany. He's already got the Champions League final against City behind his back. He also plays a modern brand football. You see their center backs pushing higher up the pitch than the midfielders, and their wing backs are constantly getting into the box to finish off chances. It's actually dynamic and hard to defend against. And another factor for Inter is that the scary thing, a lot of people say that Inter is still holding something back. They're conserving more energy and rotating their squad, even in the Champions League. So actually, we don't know what will happen. We don't know the formation they will play, and we don't know, maybe he has a secret behind his back. So let's see.
That's true. But I still believe in Bayern, but it won't be easy at all. So I think everything will be decided in the penalty shootout. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the same, and I think that Inter will win in the penalty shootout.
Yeah. We'll see.
So guys, the last game of the day, Arsenal taking on Real Madrid. Things will get heated for sure.
As I told you, I'm an Atletico Madrid fan, but still I'm here for Real Madrid. Because look at Kylian Mbappe's form. He is really tearing it up, and he matched with Ronaldo's record for goals in the debut season in Madrid.
Yeah, but actually Arsenal have the best defense in the Champions League. We've already talked about Inter conceding the fewest goals, but actually Arsenal are leading the way in terms of expected goals against. Plus, Arteta has shown he's willing to be pragmatic and cede possession when he needs to, just like they played against Man City in the Premier League.
But if Arsenal give Madrid any space, they're toast. All Atletico did was giving Mbappe one sniff at a goal, and they ended up conceding penalty. Yeah, and Man City has been ripped out on the counterattacks just 2 seasons in a row now.
Yeah, I think actually the one thing about Real Madrid is that they're trying something new this season. They've been trying to press high up the pitch, but it's often backfiring on them. When they face a team that is comfortable playing out from the back, like Arsenal, Madrid's passive front 3 and slow midfield get cut off really easily, just as Barcelona. They all know about it. Plus, Declan Rice will definitely drop to help them build the play, and that makes them almost press resistant.
But don't forget about Vinicius. He shows up when it counts. He can be sometimes inconsistent, but in Champions League knockouts, he always delivers. And seriously, nobody has been involved in more goals in the playoffs than him over the last 4 years. Just imagine. Plus, Rodrigo and Brahim, equally dangerous.
Yeah, Rodrigo and Brahim are actually very dangerous, but Arsenal's got a wild card as well, which is actually set pieces. They're the most dangerous teams in Europe for that metric. They've dropped off a bit since Saka's injury, but according to rumors, he will be back to the first game, and that's actually a huge boost.
Well, it has the right to exist, but I still believe in Real.
So I think that Arteta's Arsenal, Arteta's boys, with their youth, they will take down Real Madrid, actually, and that will be a sensation in these seasons of the Champions League. Okay guys, that is it for today. What did you think of the quarterfinals?
Let us know in the comments below, and enjoy Champions League. See you soon. This is Know the Ball.